Alright, we're back for round 2. Today we're going to be taking off the wheel. Gotta find my spline drive to get the lugs off, and then we will replace that upper A-arm and probably check out the quarter and see what we can bash back. Alright, got the right spline drive. It's a little rusty, but it's one we have for another Miata. So, checked and it fits, so I'm going to get these off. Camera decided to be terrible. Turn off right as I pulled this out. So you can see the crease there. Alright, as a better comparison, we have our replacement and our old, and you can see how that one's symmetrical. That one is messed up. Quick rundown if anybody wants actual information. Use the holes in the subframe right there. Allows you to get at the bolt with ratchets and extensions, a breaker bar. So all of them, the bolts and the nuts for all 3 points where this attaches, are 14s. So just need a 14 crescent on the inside each time you do it, and then stick your extensions through the subframe holes. There's the other hole right there. Allows you to go straight through. And I have the car minimally jacked up, and it still gave me enough room for my, I don't know, about 18-inch breaker bar. So yeah, just need a bunch of 14s, a bunch of extensions, breaker bar, power tool, whatever you want, and that'll get you A-arm out. Next up, that CV boot back there is torn. So we got to pull that and replace it. I haven't actually done any CV stuff before, so gonna, I think, look it up real quick, and I gotta go buy the replacement. Pulling back the carpet. We got those 3 extra holes right there. That confirms to me that it had a roll bar in here like I thought, and harnesses, maybe even seats, and that's why I swapped out to 2 different seats before it was sold off. I think I might be able to use that little hole right there. It's just covered by a bit of plastic. Might be able to use that to help knock out my quarter into a slightly better shape. I don't know if we're sealing along the door still. It seems pretty close. The door doesn't hurt too much, so yeah, we'll see what we can do. We also have a hole right there, which wouldn't normally be cut there, but yeah, roll bar. So I can touch up to about here before inner pieces start messing with me. So I think I'll get an 8 on there, remove that little self-tapper, and start giving it some loud and annoying wax. Get this out of the way too. Alright, first thing we're gonna get some gloves on. I'm just gonna start beating away at this thing, or grabbing it with pliers, because it's in about the worst shape it can be right now, as far as right here, this sticking out. 2 panels meet along this crease here, making it exceptionally difficult to bend back. It'd also mean that replacement would be this upper part and the lower part. But I don't think we're going that far with this one. I'm not keeping the car for myself, and I don't see the value in replacing the whole quarter, having a different color. Most people complain about having a different color than having a little bang in. Alright, cue the music. It's a little bit of banging for now. Thinking about buying a spot welder or a stud welder. Get in there, get that out. That's really the only way this is gonna get near, close to it. Got the door bashed out a little. It's pretty good. Gonna take a break and be back. Alright, that wasn't a few hours, that was a few weeks of a break. You can see the car isn't backed in any longer. I put the wheel back on just for a test drive with a friend so you could see the car. So now I'll need to take the wheel back off and jack it up. I won't bore you guys with that stuff. The way arm works great. So we'll get the car on the air with the wheel off. I bought a whole CV axle, decided to go with that instead of the boot. It's just a little bit more and it's a lot less messy. So it'll be my first time replacing one of those, so I want to get into it. It's the day after I started working on the axle. Actually got a message from the original owner who did all the mods last night. Not the original owner of the car, but the one that did the mods. And he's coming over right now and he might buy it back, so this project might be over. So the previous owner that did all the mods to this car, and also his friend that helped him with them, have come by, looked at it, and in a few days the friend will be the one buying it because the other one lives out of state now. So I need to get the title notarized and all ready for that. This car was originally like stock up until he had bought it around, I would say, 3 years ago now. And so this was a completely stock car, had about 100,000 miles. So I'm not going to be replacing the CV. I have the new one and I will just hand that over to him. I think I'll probably keep that control arm as a trophy of this car. I don't care about the crossovers, so I'll be handing those off as well. That's about all. I'm a little sad to see it go so unexpectedly, but it's also an interesting and unique situation that the other owner actually saw it and or was able to get a hold of him to where we could make this happen. So this car will be gone and I'll be able to get back over to Poe and working on cars I should be working on before buying more. So the previous owner's friend will be coming today to buy this. I have the title all ready for him now. So I think the last thing I want to do before he gets here is just get that one corner right there in the center that is pretty close to a tire. I just want to knock that back for him so that he doesn't have any trouble getting back to his own place. And that'll be the last thing I do for this car. I could just cut off wheel it, but I don't really want to change anything from the way he saw it. Technically, there's an order you want to do when trying to repair a metal panel, which wouldn't be starting the way I started with bending it out from the inside there. Because then you just create more creases, whereas before it's just a single or a few distortions. But once you get to it like I did, then you compound the problem. I don't have all the tools to do it the right way necessarily, so I just started with what I was starting with because my intention was to get it closer to where it should be. Maybe not perfect, it'd be lumpy, it'd be pretty bad looking, but then I was still debating on whether I was gonna sand the paint down and use filler to make it smooth on top of all the roughness. Since it's being sold off right now, really just want to get that corner right there gone so we don't have him have any issues on the way home. Alright, last camera battery is dying. I'll drop this down, see where we're sitting. I think that's a lot better clearance. It's still not great, but I think it'll do a lot better. I did end up using the cutoff wheel on my Dremel just to get a little bit out of the way, because it was not going well with the hammers because I'm left-handed and I was having to hit it with my right, and I just didn't give myself enough room out here between the car and the wall. I think that'll be it, and see you when the guy's here. Alright, deal's made, car's gone, and that's the end of this. Thanks for watching. Bye.